What's going on, guys? So today I'm gonna touch on the Remy Ma and Papoose situation. And I wasn't really gonna talk about it, but it's still on my mind because I watched Remy Ma do her live video. I wasn't tuning in when she was doing it live, but I watched it after the fact. I watched Papoose's live video after the fact as well. I actually watched the Papoose one first. I ended up watching the Remy Ma one after the fact, and boy, I tell you. Now, before I watched any of these lives, guys, I did see I did see Papoose sparring with Clarissa Shields, his new quote unquote girlfriend. Um and they seemed like they had good chemistry when they were sparring and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And Papoose looks like he could be a good trainer too. Um Now I think Clarissa is more dealing with Papoose because, and this is usually like for all women, like women deal with their best option that they can get. Like, I wouldn't even just say this is a woman thing. Like, usually, let me turn this up a little. Usually, people in general, usually go for their best option. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would anyone not go for their best option that they have available? Like, people are always talking about love and this and that. Like, I find that men talk about love way more after getting with a woman. Like, after being in a relationship with a woman or joining with a woman, I find that men start talking about love even more than the women do. And why is that? Because a lot of men are depending on love for the relationship to last, for the woman to hang around. They're depending on love. But love has nothing to do with it. Just like Tina Turner said, like, love has nothing to do with a lot of things, especially the conditional love that people show and present, right? The conditional love that people show and present is not the same as unconditional love. So, in my opinion, I think men are like soft. Men are soft in that way where they're depending on love to run their relationships. To me, that's like the most weakest, softest thing about a man. It makes men not be men, in my opinion. Right? Like, after a certain point past love, it's gonna go based on the beneficial situation, the beneficial factor on the situation. And if a situation does not benefit you, even if there is love, what is the purpose of being in that situation? Like, women think about this kind of stuff way more logically than men do. So that's just my introduction, right? Now, let's get back to Remy and Papoose. So, like I told you before, I did see Clarissa and Papoose sparring, which looked like some great chemistry, right? Um, to me, Clarissa, like, if I had to choose between Clarissa and Remy Ma in terms of just the visuals, I'm choosing Remy Ma over Clarissa. And Clarissa, I think, is like, let me see. Remy Ma is what, 44 years old. Wow. Um, she still looks good for her age. She looks good to me for her age. Now, Clarissa, Clarissa Shields, which is Papoose's girlfriend, she is 30 years old. She's 30 years old, guys, but I don't know. She look older to me than Remy Ma. Like, like she look older to me, right? Maybe not older, but she just doesn't look as good, in my opinion, as Remy Ma does, right? Now, in terms of their characters or who they are inside of their heart, right? I feel like Clarissa is more with Papoose as an opportunity. I could be wrong, right? But I feel like she's with Papoose more as an opportunity because it's just her best option right now. And Papoose being connected to Remy Ma, it gets Clarissa Shields more attention. It gets her more visuals. It gets her more clout, in my opinion. Because out of all three people, Remy Ma is more of the public figure, right? Can Papoose rap? Papoose can rap. Papoose can rap his pants off, in my opinion. Like, he's a rapper. Feel me? He'll destroy a lot of people in the rap game. So I'll never take that away from Papoose. He's a genius when it comes to rapping. He is a genius. He is good at his craft in terms of rapping. Now, like I said before, I feel like Clarissa is more being opportunistic in the situation because she can't do any better than Papoose right now. You know, like, if she raises her clout, if she raises her bag, let me see something. If she raises her bag, guys, because she's a fighter, right? It says she has a net worth of $1 million. I mean, who knows if that's true, right? But she could have more. It says on this one, it says she has between 5 and 10 million, but who knows, right? It says she's earned it says she's earned a total amount of 15 million in boxing. Who knows? I'm gonna look into that after, but maybe she does have a bag, right? Maybe she doesn't need. Obviously, based on what Remy Ma was saying, Papoose doesn't have any money. Papoose doesn't have a bag. And after watching both of their lives, I believe Remy Ma way more than I believe Papoose. Well, like, their talking points. You know, I took a little psychology in school as well, so like I know how to read them. Do you see what I'm saying? I know how to read both of them, and like I feel like Remy Ma is being more the truthful one. I feel like Remy Ma is more saving face for Papoose, like not to embarrass him. See what I'm saying? Based on her whole life, she was talking about holding everything down, paying for everything. Um, Even from jail, she said she was paying rent for where Papoose was staying. And mind you, Papoose was a good support system, she said. He was there mostly all the time. And that's the thing, right? When you're in jail, guys, to have someone around in support every day and it seems like they're unshakable, like they're always going to be there, that is priceless, guys. Like when you're behind bars, something like that is very priceless. So I don't take that away from Papoose. Um, Now, based on what Remy Ma was saying in her live, she said Papoose is a little bit like kind of controlling of the whole situation. And I feel like, yeah, financially, maybe she has been holding them down based on what she was saying. And I do feel she has been saving face for Papoose. I mean, I'm sure Papoose made some Love and Hip Hop money when they were doing Love and Hip Hop and stuff, right? But like, that can only last so long, you know what I'm saying? Um, Papoose did talk about when he got a Lil Wayne feature and then Remy Ma all of a sudden popped back up. Like, I don't know. I've always thought Papoose was a wicked rapper. I've always thought he should have gone way farther than he's gone in terms of music. Um, Remy Ma did have a hit single, a collaborative hit single called Lean Back, right? I don't think she's had any bigger songs than Lean Back, which was not her own specific song, right? It was a collaborative song with Fat Joe and some other people, but that was her biggest song. Like that song got the most play probably. Does she have other good songs? Yes, she does. She has a lot of good songs, but Lean Back was what put her on the map. And I don't know, maybe if she didn't go to jail, she could have built the momentum off of Lean Back because she went to jail shortly after Lean Back was doing crazy numbers. Right? So that kind of stifled her career, in my opinion. Now, guys, when it comes to relationships, there is always someone who is more in control of the relationship. I don't mean the person who's trying to control the relationship. I'm saying there's someone who's always more in control. Right? There's someone who is always willing to walk away more easily than the other person. When I'm talking to a few of my friends, I always explain this to them like, yo, you might have a girl, you might have a wife, right? But always analyze where you stand. Always analyze and be truthful to yourself where your position is in the relationship, right? Always, you should discuss the roles between you and your partner. I don't mean like who should cook and clean and all that kind of stuff. I just mean like who is the more dominant person? Who I feel like even a woman can be a leader in the relationship. If she has good ideas better than the guy does, if she can tell a guy, yo, you need to be doing this, and he wasn't thinking of that, and he's willing to do what she's saying, and it will better his life and better their money and their success, what's wrong with that? That's a woman taking on a leadership role, right? Now, should the man provide and protect? I do feel like a man should provide and protect. Um, in nature, when it comes to animals, usually the males are just in a protecting kind of role, right? Whereas the women or the females in nature, like in terms of animals, they do more of the providing of the food. Like there's no money in nature. Do you see what I'm saying? So because there's money amongst us human beings, to me that kind of distorts the roles in terms of what people think true leadership is, or excuse me, um, or even true providing. I feel like money distorts that, right? Now, as men, we are bigger and stronger, so protecting is off the bat a man's job for sure. And men need to be in a dominant role in that way, right? Um, can men do more physically? Yes, I do feel they can do more physically. Obviously, they can reproduce and have children, which is a big role that females have because they're the ones that reproduce. Now, because they can reproduce, I do feel like they need to be at home with the children, right? More than the man. They need to be at home with the children, which is why they shouldn't really be working. Do you see what I'm saying? This goes back now. Sorry. So that goes back now to where the man should be providing. Do you see what I'm saying? Protecting and providing. So in that way, yes, in my opinion, men need to protect and provide. Even though there is a distortion of money, right? And it going kind of a little opposite to nature. Now, like I said before, people in relationships, they need to kind of discuss what their roles are. A man or a woman needs to know, yo, I'm the more dominant one. I'm the one with the better ideas here. I'm the one who can push us to the promised land. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, between Remy Ma and Papoose, I don't know who would have the better ideas, but obviously Remy Ma to me has made Papoose look way more masculine and way more bigger than I think he is behind closed doors. Right? Like, being a man that's a crash out, like, if you're just gonna be knocking people out and just being a tyrant, like, to me, that's not really masculine. Like, you might be exercising dominance and strength, but if you lack control, that's not masculine to me. That's not being a leader, to lack control or to be a crash out. Right? So between Remy Ma and Papoose, who is more of the crash out? That's the question, right? Papoose did talk about Remy Ma cheating, and do I feel like Papoose was more dependent on Remy Ma more than Remy Ma was dependent on Papoose? Yes. Like, obviously Remy Ma was probably more dependent on Papoose when she went to jail. Right? But and if Papoose really wrote a lot of these songs that he's talking about, that he said he wrote for Remy Ma, that means Remy Ma was dependent on him in a way as well for her career. Right? And if he was willing to write all these songs and just give her the songs, that's also good synergy between them. Like, to whoever can get the bag, let's get it for all of us. Like, that's how it should be, right? To me now, are they done? Are they done? I feel like Remy Ma is tired of him. Like, Remy Ma's done with the situation, right? She packed up all his clothes in bags. He hasn't picked up none of his clothes, right? He hasn't picked up none of his clothes. He was in Africa the other day, so I don't know. To me, I feel like Papoose is trying to maximize his options, right? Because if he can't live with Remy Ma, or let's just say Clarissa Shields is using him for the opportunistic time, he's gonna still need a backup plan. So that's why I feel he might be in Africa, right? Even I've thought of going to Africa and like getting some land and like getting a little residential property over there if I ever want to just go somewhere that's warm, instead of being in North America where like you can't just readily pick fruits and be in a warm climate, right? And where bills and everything are higher unless you want to live off the grid or something, right? Now, right, I think he became a chief or something. I don't know what was going on over there, but I feel like that's why he's going there, to expand his options, right? So even when you see him in Africa at some point, it's not gonna look weird. Do you see what I'm saying? If you see him there for a longer period of time. Also, I feel like he can extend his rap career in Africa as well. Now, Remy Ma was speaking about how he took her jewelry to the pawn shop, this and that, you know. I believe her. Like, I feel like Papoose needed some bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if they've been estranged for a while, and like Remy Ma said, they haven't slept in the same bed since May of 2022. That's 3 years, officially. You feel me? That's like 3 years now. So I obviously she's cut him off in certain financial ways. Papoose spoke about their daughter's birthday where they put together money for her party. I feel like Remy Ma maybe put 75% of the money in and maybe he put 25, maybe, who knows? Guys, when you let me speak to the guys right now. Guys, when you could find a woman who props you up in the public and makes you look more of more of a man than what you are, like, that's a good woman to me. Like, don't ever lose that woman. Like, that's a good woman, guys. There's so many women who are not willing to do that, who need you to be a man, who need you to stand on your own 2 feet. So if you can find a woman that props you up, like, Papoose is lucky. To me, in my opinion, he's lucky he had Remy Ma to make him look like that. Now she's calling him emotional and saying he's an emotional guy. And to me, she's saving him a lot from trying to embarrass him, because it's still the father of her daughter, her child, right? It's still her baby father. So respect a woman like that who can show respect and stuff, I applaud Remy Ma for that. You see what I'm saying? And she also says, yo, I don't care to out these people. I don't care to out Papoose or even Clarissa. I don't care to talk about them. But she's just like, yo, you guys keep my name out of your mouth and I won't say nothing about y'all. Right? But obviously, it benefits Papoose and Clarissa probably way more. It benefits them to talk about Remy Ma than it benefits Remy Ma to talk about them. You see what I'm saying? And even right now, Papoose and Remy Ma both are artists that make music, that both rap. They can both put out an album right now and people will tune in probably more than a year ago from now. Or a year in the past than they would have tuned in. See what I'm saying? So, and yeah, I don't feel like Remy Ma is doing anything for publicity because she's just like, yo, I don't care to do this. Even how she's talking, like on her Instagram and different stuff, like she looks like she's trying to hold back on embarrassing Papoose. So, what do you guys think about it? Like, who do you guys think is more in control here? And like Papoose being, or any man being like a physical kind of bully, like that doesn't mean you're in control. That doesn't mean you are running the relationship, right? That could mean you're operating in insecurity or fear or something, right? That could mean something else. That doesn't always mean you are the one who's running the relationship, right? So who do you guys, tell me in the comments, yo, who do you guys think is more in control of the relationship? Right? Who do you think needs who more? Like, let me know, guys, in the comments what you think. Now, I might touch back more on this story. Let's see how it goes in the developing days. Obviously, Remy Ma said how Papoose blocked her on Instagram. So she can't even directly go to his page and see what he's saying. Obviously, she can make another account and go on his page and see exactly what he's saying. So I don't understand the point of him even blocking her. I don't know, just weird, yo. Maybe he's blocking her so he can do a live without her knowing that he's doing the live. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but tell me what you guys think, honestly, in the comments. That's all I'm gonna touch on for now. I'm gonna keep watching the situation. And yeah, you know, please like the video, guys. Let's get everything going. You know, this is it's high level sacrifices, man. Like, you gotta make high level sacrifices to make leaps and bounds. See what I'm saying? So, I don't know. If Remy Ma really did have to hold down everything financially, it's like, I don't really like that for Papoose. I feel like he needs to step up his game a little bit if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? He needs to get some stuff together. I don't know what's going on, man. But yeah, please, guys, subscribe for more. As you know, we talk about high level, deep level stuff, right? We look at things in ways that other people are not quite looking at it, right? So make sure you guys tune in. share this with someone else who, you know, share this with someone who you were talking about this situation with, or, you know, share it with someone who believes Papoose is telling the truth more. Like, yo, a lot of us are split down the middle because we love Papoose, right? But if a woman makes you look bigger than you are, or more masculine than you are, or more of the man than you are, then that in itself makes you lose respect. That makes you lose power, like, ultimately, as a man. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And, that's all I'm going to say for now. Before I go, did you guys like the video? Yeah? Also, guys, let me know in the comments what else you guys want me to talk about for future videos. I read the comments, okay? So, and if you're not yet subscribed, like I said, please subscribe. Until next time, guys. Make high-level sacrifices if you want to go far. You have no choice. Make high-level sacrifice if you want to go far. If you just want to be a regular person, like, you don't have to make big sacrifices. But you already know, guys. Peace.